I'm going to open the meeting up for public hearing.
Should I leave the debris here?
Sure. I think so.
Okay.
I think it could be helpful. Any members of the public who'd like to comment, please step forward and identify yourself.
Lori Allen, Seaview Parish. I have my blog address here so the public can look at the pictures I'm talking about. So, maybe I'll put this right here. Please stabilize the banks on the Waldo County General Hospital property that abuts my property, as more runoff from this site will drain throughout the buffer to the banks and cause more erosion. Trees are dying and falling. Large ones will take down my fence and cave in my banks. Pictures and history are on my blog address that I am holding. I could cite concerns for an hour, but there isn't any point. What is approved in the meetings is a charade. The appeal process is closed 30 days after, and corruption hasn't even started. It is impossible to get valid public documents or accountability from Wayne Marshall, Joe Slocum, City Council, or the sites themselves. Mike Hogan gave me tainted plans for the Annex addition in 2011. How you live with yourselves is beyond me, especially those that are parents. Wayne Marshall stating that the forced flooding from sites is a neighbor-to-neighbor issue.
Mr. Chairman.
Neighbors suing each other, others trying to illegally tie into the city sewers to get the water out because the city denies infrastructure to the residents they are flooding. Others fear retaliation, and rightly so. They have watched the 5 years of horrible treatment inflicted on me for trying to save my home and neighborhood. I was sold a don't tell, sell her undisclosed planning hell. High turnover for real estate agents and lots of jokes for destroying another life at the Chamber of Commerce gatherings and private sessions. Wayne Marshall has stated that his plan is to rid the healthcare district of single-family homes. Section 5204 prescribes procedures for municipal takings under the Community Development Statute. Specifically, a municipality may use the Community Development Statute to acquire owner-occupied residential property even if the owner does not consent. And use of the property taken by the municipality is not restricted to the specific use for which it was taken. I'm almost done. One more sentence. Inverse condemnation is a term used in the law to describe a situation in which the government takes private property but fails to pay the compensation required by the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution. In some states, the term also includes damaging of property as well as taking it. In order to be compensated, the owner must then sue the government. The taking can be physical, that is land seizure, flooding, deprivation of access, and removal of ground support, which is what Wayne is doing to my home.
All right. I'd like to avoid personal recrimination in testimony, so we can try and keep that guideline.
Mr. I would like to make one quick response about the question of takings, about the residential 3 district somehow or another is designed to not allow single-family houses, and that the city is somehow or another involved in a process of trying to take and not allow that type of use. I'm just going to read from the adopted code. That's it. I'm not going to do any more, just read from the adopted code. And this is the code adopted in October of 2014. If you go to residential 3 and go down to the permitted uses, it says dwelling, single family, permitted by the code enforcement officer.
This is Nazi Wayne Marshall, city planner. I think he came on to Belfast in 1999, and where final plans, site plans, were recorded for the public in the Waldo County deeded registry, he stopped recording them in there and put them in his private office, and no one can get a hold of those plans because after they're approved, the way sites are constructed is not according to approval. They flood residents, and it's unbelievable. And the whole state's in on it. DEP, I've gone right up to every level, up to the Attorney General's office, the governor. I stalked the governor when he came here, and the businesses are all involved, and it's just awful. So don't move to Belfast. Bye.